Group B along with Chaguanas North. This is a game that you would expect that Presentation College will take care of, but as you saw, sometimes when the relegation battle gets into fever pitch, as it has with Pleasantville, they can pull the side together and they can provide a more formidable opposition here in this second game.
Yes, if you are in the relegated battle, I think it's more tough for the teams on top because they are, when someone is in danger, they are very dangerous.
Yes, that spirit of self-preservation, that's what should be kicking in here for this Pleasantville, for this presentation. Well, not only for presentation, but also for Chaguanas North, who are battling for survival, their own survival in the competition. They were trashed by the boys at San Juan North earlier in the season, and they have bounced back. They were actually able to get a draw, I believe, against QRC in one of their previous games, so they would certainly be buoyed by that. Presentation College, the defending national inter-college champions, they'll have their opportunity to defend that title in later on in October. Right for now, they are looking to win the National League title. So Prez looking to get back to where their supporters feel that they should be.
Presentation seems to...
So we're just about ready for the start of this game, and the officiating panel just getting ready for it here. And here we go. There's the start of the match itself. And that's knocked forward immediately there by George for Chaguanas North. And Presentation College playing in the yellow and blue outfits. They're attacking the goal to our right. And Chaguanas North are playing in the blue outfits with the white trimming. And Presentation get us underway. That's played all the way back. And Presentation looking to build on their performances so far. They defeated Naparima College here in the Tiger Tanks Cup in the opening game. And they certainly have been formidable since then. They haven't blown away a lot of teams, but they also have they've gotten the wins. They've ground out a lot of results here. And that's the feature of a Sean Cooper team. He's able to get the most out of his teams.
And that's I've seen them play against Mokarapu, and they have won that game 2-1, and it was a hard fought 2-1 game, and they seem to try to play the ball as much as possible.
Yeah, they certainly do. And have you seen a couple of those with our colleague Ruskin Mark?
Yes.
Here is Jones now for Presentation. Gives it away to Chaguanas North. And they will try to build through the middle of the park here. And Presentation have it on the left-hand side. Nice little move there by Jacob to get free. And has preserved possession here for Presentation.
And they seem to have great speed on the flanks.
Oh, they do, in fact. And here is one of them, Brathwaite, who gets down the right-hand side. Brathwaite again. Can he get the cross in? His twin brother just in front of him. That's yes. Malik Brathwaite. Both of them, according to the records we've been given here, and they were both born on the 30th of November. So they're celebrating a birthday in a few weeks' time.
One's normally play left and one's normally play on the right.
Well, they
it
find
seems
themselves
like it's on the same side today.
Well, they're not that they haven't shared a lot of room together in the past.
Yes.
First a couple of minutes here, and Presentation will have the first corner of the game. Has proven to be difficult here at Atto Bolden with that strip of concrete, as you can see just there. But that's hidden towards the back post, and the header. Well, he didn't quite get the most out of that there, Barclay. Still Presentation take it over. Chaguanas North have not seen the Presentation half just yet. They might now. Well, not like that. Donatian moving forward there for the Chaguanas team. Teams like Chaguanas North in this short season with just the 7 games, it's all about keeping your status within the Premier League. That's what you want to get. You want to stay up here.
You always want to stay up and play in the highest level.
That's exactly what's on their mind at the moment.
When you are down below, it's very hard to get out of.
Yeah, and it's difficult to get back up there because everybody's gunning for that position. Barclay gets it back to Brathwaite and regains possession. Here go the boys from Coffee Street in San Fernando. Cecile Hines, the referee, stepping deftly back. She's right in the thick of action here. Gets a good look at the action as Presentation College methodically building up. Here's Young on the left-hand side. Gets towards the byline. That's a good cross. Yes. Forces the defender to get that clear. That was Thomas, Alex Thomas, who got it clear eventually. And already we've seen Presentation do, which Naparima College did not do a lot of. Get in behind the defense.
And try to get the cross.
Good work there on the left side for Presentation. They have her in the corner. And they've committed quite a few bodies up forward for this one. 8 men in and around the penalty box. Make that 7. Swung in towards the near post. The keeper's come for it. He's floundering at it. And the bounce has eluded several players there. That one was spinning away from the forward who had come for it. Now given away here by Presentation College.
And they're on the break here.
Well, they were trying to get forward there with Aaron Raymond. But the diminutive figure of Aaron Raymond, he was stopped. And a few of the Naparima College supporters just arriving in the box behind us. We're about 10 minutes too late for the end of that game, are they?
Yes, I think they were in the stands supporting us. Now they are behind us.
So
after they have won the first game.
Well, here's Chaguanas North's captain, Lee Van David. The skipper might try his luck from here. Good luck beating Kanye Lazarus, but that's has been done before. Here's Lee Van David with the strapping on his left leg. See what he does. He's going to try his luck, but well defended by the Presentation College defense, and they get it clear. Thomas is again there for Chaguanas North.
I think today we have seen 2 games. The teams from the San Fernando area against the central teams.
Yeah, and it hasn't... well, I'm sure that people in Pleasantville will want to correct you. They're saying that Pleasantville also from just outside of San Fernando, so they would certainly qualify as south. That's why you need to spend more time in the south of Trinidad there, Sid Gray.
Yes. Lovely part of the country.
Yes, and just like where you are from Roxborough, we call it country, don't we?
Yes, we do.
Certainly San Fernando, one of the urbanized areas in Trinidad, called the second capital or the industrial capital of Trinidad, the second city in the history of Trinidad and Tobago. Presentation, coached of course by Sean Cooper, who has written his name in lights across the history of secondary schools football over the last 23 years or so. That's a corner conceded there by Thomas. Sean Cooper recently appointed also on the 30th of August as the National Under-17 coach. It was revealed yesterday or day before that, that Trinidad and Tobago will play in Group F with the USA, Canada and Barbados. That is not the easiest of draws, is it? But Sean Cooper took national team twice to the quarterfinals and just on the cusp of qualifying for World Cups. This one, the corner, knocked towards the middle of the area, and that should be easy for the Chaguanas North team to get that clear. Yeah, another man who's deserved his chance at the national level, Sean Cooper. Won multiple titles, not only with Naparima College, but with Presentation also, including the Intercol title last year. Don't forget the South Intercol title, where they defeated Naparima College on kicks from the penalty mark. Presentation College have been so good during this season, and they look to provide to be more dominant here in this game against Chaguanas North. They know they can beat this team, but you'll have to get the goals.
Exactly. Knowing you can beat a side, you have to come out and play. and beat them. Don't just say you can. You have to show that you can beat them.
And they will try to do exactly that here, Presentation College. And that's Malik Brathwaite. Has he conceded the foul? Yes, he has. And it is to Nkosi Fonset. Nkosi Fonset, the number 15 for Chaguanas North. He's decided to take the free kick himself. Looks on to his coach there, Anson Raymond. Cecile Hines, another stickler for detail, and we'd love to see this. She's telling the youngster that you have to pull your socks up. All part of the discipline of playing.
Rules are the rules.
Rules are the rules, yes, that's right. 9 minutes in, and Chaguanas North threatening here. And the header was just over the bar. And the Presentation College defender, that's Young coming in there, just getting it off the top of his dreadlocks and away for a corner.
That was a dangerous free kick there. He put it in the right spot, in the dangerous spot there.
And that's the thing about those in-swinging free kicks. They're always difficult to defend. A lot of scrappy goals result from them. This one's in towards Lazarus, who does well. He's claimed that at the near post. And there was the big defender for Chaguanas. That was Alex Thomas there, who has to head back to do some defending now. Presentation would love to add to their national intercall title this league title, but there's still a long way to go here. Presentation, they have to first of all end up in the first two in this B group and then negotiate the finals, semi-finals and finals to be called national champions of secondary schools football. Long way to go. And as we have seen in other competitions that ended last night, the team finishing fourth eventually won the competition.
Yes.
Yeah, the Jamaica Talawas. Congratulations to the Talawas and to Shivnarine Chandapol and Sir Kirtley Ambrose, who first time in the CPL, they've come up and they have won the title. That's great news for the Talawas, who won their third title last night in Guyana. Chaguanas North trying to find a purchase down this left-hand side. Nothing doing so far. Here's George for Presentation, almost playing his team into trouble here.
Presentation seems to be giving Chaguanas North.
Yeah, they're keeping them interested, aren't they?
Yes.
A few mistakes around, maybe a few nervous moments, and we saw this with Naparima College also. As we get towards the business end of the preliminary stage of this competition, where you can't afford slip-ups, I think if the first goal goes into Presentation, they will start to settle after that.
Yes.
Might see them a bit less anxious performance from them, especially at the back. Swept forward here for Presentation College.
I think Presentation College, I think they are missing their captain, their top goal scorer.
Certainly would be. Here's Prez. Oh, that's another short pass that is put Chaguanas North in, but they're so hemmed in here by the boys from Coffee Street that they were not able to take advantage of that temporary slip. Here's Brathwaite. Wonder if he's the younger of the two brothers by a couple of minutes.
Seems to be the biggest one in size.
A lot of screams of support from the fans. The Presentation fans were here early. This one's hit towards the back post, headed back in there by Barclay, who prevented that from going away. Oh, that's a dangerous looking pass. And that's gone out. Well judged there by the defender for Chaguanas North. I think that was Aimar Akwi. Saw that one going out. That's a nice first name, Aimar, of course named after
Chaguanas North seems to be playing very compact in midfield and defense here.
Yeah, it's been a disciplined performance so far.
Right now, yes.
Aimar Akwi, named after the famous Argentine player who played for Valencia, Pablo Aimar. Came to Trinidad and Tobago a couple of years ago to play an exhibition match when the new FIFA president at that time was here, Gianni Infantino. And what a player he was. I'm sure you remember some of his performance,
Yes,
Pablo Aimar.
Yes, I do.
Some of my colleagues were there sporting on their Facebook pages pictures with him. Yeah, I immediately deleted all of them. Here's a presentation on the attack. And here's Brathwaite with the cross. Two players at the top of the box. That was a vital touch there by Thomas. That could have been dangerous for Chaguanas North. Presentation committing bodies forward here. Three inside of the box, waiting for the cross. In fact, they'll have to reset here as the ball goes all the way back to the center of defense. And then floating out of play. Well, Sean Cooper, very much like on the beseeching his players, just calm down, he's telling his players just outside of your picture. Chaguanas North tried to to create their first opportunity of the game against this powerful and well-coached Presentation College team. I know there's a lot of interest in this game. A lot of people are watching this game from different parts of the world, wherever you are. Thanks so much for being with us here on Tiger Sports International. There's also a lot of interest in this game in Antigua, where a couple of our colleagues are glued to the television watching this one. Former Presentation students themselves. And wherever you are, thanks so much for joining us here.
Presentation seems to not settle in fast enough. They are rushing the play, forcing the game.
Sean Cooper has realized that because he was telling his players to calm down. Now here's a nice run by Lewis. Can he get the shot in? He does. After doing all of the spade work, then he muffs the shot.
He did all the hard work, all the hard work, just to get the shot off properly.
Well, full marks so far for this Chaguanas North team. It's been a compact performance for them. Let's see if they can now contend with this raid down the right-hand side for Presentation.
I think Presentation seems to be a slow starter of the game. From the last game I have shown them, they started very slow.
So they hasn't been the best of starts for them. Got one raid down the right-hand side. Here's Barclay just pushing away the defender, and the keeper has made the save, Aiden Raymond. And Aiden Raymond has not had a lot to do so far. He's one of the smallest keepers in the competition, but tell you what, he's a good shot stopper. We saw him make some really good stops against Malik. In fact, they played against them at African Recreation Grounds in Enterprise. That was an interesting move by secondary schools football, one I've described as putting the healing hands on troubled communities across Trinidad and Tobago.
And I think that's a great move.
Football has done so much.
People.
Yeah, it certainly does. One remembers Didier Drogba's appeals to his country in Cote d'Ivoire, which some credit the détente between rival forces within the country, a ceasefire between them to Didier Drogba's industry. That's a handball, and referee Hines was right there on spot to call it. She likes to get close to the action. That's always great to see. Part of that referee's course that we saw a little while ago. There was the RAP course, as they call it, referee's assistance program.
That's very great. Know that she's always in the thick of it.
Akwi. Well, Presentation take it over again on this left-hand side for Chaguanas North. They found little joy. They haven't gotten anywhere close. So it is Presentation College looking to build down the left-hand side. More methodical build-up from them. Here's Brathwaite. It's passed to one player. It's good work there by Benjamin. Benjamin's there again. Correction that forced into clearance here. Presentation
seems to be having a lot of joy right now, and
Well, not a lot of movement ahead there, and the ball has been given away to Chaguanas North.
Chaguanas North seems to be having a lot of joy in presentation.
Yeah, they had
presentation half.
Well, very briefly there,
yes.
a point was given away. Nice touch.
Yes.
And here's Brathwaite. Brathwaite gets past one and the second, but that's a good bit of play.
And that's a foul there.
It was a foul there by Fonset, and that has given away a free kick in a dangerous position here. And presentation, ideal for the left footers here. Let's see who's going to take this one.
Very dangerous position here.
See who's going to take this. And they're looking on as a presentation. We are into the 19th minute of the game. No goals yet. Referee Hines having a close look at the construction of this wall. And she's ruled that the foundation is in the right place. See how he's going to go with this one here. Barkley.
Referee Hines with a short foot. The wall, the 10 paces seems to be very short.
Yeah, it does seem a bit close. Here's Barkley with a shot. That's deflected. This should be the keeper's ball. I tell you, he's played some cricket. You watch that spin come back towards him easily.
And this could be very dangerous here.
Raymond here with a nice little pass inside for Chaguanas North. Well, Raymond has been the one bright spark for Chaguanas North in the tournament so far. They lost out 4-1 to Malik in a game that they eventually won in the protest room because of some issues, some administrative issues that Malik did not do. Unregistered late players registered. Oh, that's he's gone down heavily here. Free kick for presentation. And the youngster in question, Raymond, scored with an absolutely brilliant free kick from the left side of the penalty area. Curled it in at the far post. It was a tremendous free kick from the little man. So still we await the first goal of the game here at the Outer Bolden Stadium. We saw just 2 in the first game. Many would have expected more, but we have to hand it to the Pleasantville team. Put in a very good performance.
This seems to be a very interesting move here, Vinny. The tallest guy is taking the free kick.
Yeah, maybe he's not a great header of the ball. Yeah, you would have expected him to be in the center, front and center.
In the box.
So the free kick is about to be taken here by Presentation College. And they have 7 players inside the box. That's where he should have been. Now, if he were there, instead of the shortest man on the field, that might have been a different proposition.
That's what I'm saying.
So here's how it happened there, Sid.
Yes.
Presentation supporters have replaced the Pleasantville supporters who were in the area just in front of us here. And they've been a little bit quiet, and so certainly their fans might be a little bit nervous at the moment here. This short format, and there's another nervous moment on the far side as Young just takes his eye off the ball and it runs away over his foot.
I think the quick turnaround of these games are taking a very, very hard tone on these youngsters. You can see where they moved on the field. There seems to be legs seems to be very heavy.
Yeah, they look very leggy, some of them.
Yes,
and that will certainly, that effect will be more pronounced as the season wears on. Presentation, get behind the defense on the left side again. Here's the cross. Oh, that might go in at the far post, not far away. Very, very close there, Presentation College, to another goal, to their first goal, I should say. Not far away.
Yes, Presentations, as soon as they get a chance on these wide plays, they try to put the ball in the box, and that seems to be their trademark of their game. Yeah.
That's what we didn't see from the boys from Paradise Pasture earlier today. Still got the win though. Ground out a 2-0 win earlier. Presentation need to get a win here. It's not been a huge amount of goals for them in this tournament. There are a couple of 2-1 wins in there. So they haven't blown away teams. But the important thing, they've continued to win.
And that's the important part.
Very, very important part of the game. You need to grind out those wins. And as many who follow the team from Manchester, on the red side of Manchester, remember those Alex Ferguson teams that ground out a series of 1-0 wins on the way to many of their titles. It's all about the W after all.
Exactly. You just need a win, and then everything else will take place.
There is the small figure of Raymond. Gets it again. A lot of perspiration on his back. Look at the control there on the chest of the little man. And the shot from distance. Not far away. That was a good effort. Very good effort there by Jaquan Benjamin. Got to put his foot through that. Couldn't keep it down though. That's a good 25 to 30 yards out. Yeah, it just didn't sit for him right.
The breeze makes it sit, and that's very dangerous.
Yeah, very choppy conditions here at the Attobolden Stadium, where Presentation are trying to get the better of Chaguanas North. Chaguanas North have come on in the last 10 minutes or so. They're looking more confident on the ball. And then as I say that, they give it away. Curse of the commentator. Apologies to Chaguanas North fans. Aymar gets it away. And more success here for Presentation College. Here's Lewis. Has some support here, Lewis. And at the last moment, just a slip. Seen quite a few of these Chaguanas players slip up here on this Attobolden Stadium turf. Looking for the clearance there is David. They played that one well to get out of the attention of the Presentation College players. But Christian Richards there winning the free kick for his team. Well, there was a late change for Presentation College. Aaron Raymond was not initially labeled to start the game, but he was put in at the last moment. So looking down our team list here, we've been given 11 players, excluding Aaron Raymond. Well, Raymond has been one of the bright spots. Here's Barclay now. He has players at the top of the box. That's a good clearance there by David. Levan David, the captain there, stepping in to make the stop. 27 minutes gone. Here's another good ball.
Offside.
But Jones was in an offside position there for Presentation College. So overall, as we've crossed the halfway mark of the first half, it has been a performance that Presentation College, they have dominated without dominating, if you want to put it that way.
Not much shots to the goal. They need to try to get in some more shots at the goal here. They are creating chances, but not the shots.
A game that certainly has lacked goal-mouth action here at Attobolden Stadium in Couva. And very famous ground. Some fine memories here, not if you're a fan of American football. So just around this area here, that's where Jones would have struck that brilliant shot that went into the back of the net. But the Americans out of the 2018 World Cup, Alvin Jones. Curiously, that's the only goal of his career so far for Trinidad and Tobago, but what a goal it was.
I'll take that any day.
Yeah, certainly would. Sure, your goal against Grenada was similar.
No.
Not so spectacular.
Not so spectacular. Did a lot of running, a little hard running. Just to slip it in.
Oh, that's a lovely ball. Here's Kwashi, confronted by the defender, and the little number 3 there, Aymar Akwi, has won the foul. More possession Certainly it was more like 80-20 in the first
Yes.
10 minutes of the game, but in the second
Chaguanas North
20,
have been getting more and more into the game.
yeah, it's more like maybe 60-40 now, or maybe just a little bit less, 65-35. And once that little man there, Raymond, has gotten the ball, he's been able to provide some good moments here for Chaguanas North.
And that's a great ball.
Swung
inside.
into the area and headed away for the moment. With two players up there for Chaguanas North, so great credit to them. They're getting bodies into the box. They haven't had a lot of chances here, but they are getting bodies. They're getting players in the right areas when they do have possession in the final third. Well, the presentation supporters are getting a little bit anxious below us here. Hearing a few anxious voices below us. Some complimentary, some
Yes,
supportive,
I think
some less so.
Coach Cooper is very upset with his players.
Yeah, in fact, his motion to his players about 10 minutes ago was to calm down. And he's standing with his hands akimbo just outside of your picture.
You can see he's very, very much upset with it, with the intensity and the luster playing of his side.
Yeah, I couldn't have put it better myself. It has been a lackluster start here from presentation. We've seen them play a lot better games here. There's Kwashi looking for the cross. Slips as he attempts to cross. Barclay was pulling away in the middle, but never came to him. Chaguanas North looking for the scraps here, and they might find some joy here. Three players up for Chaguanas North. That ball played in. A little bit of a foot race on the far side, and Lazarus claims that on the edge of his area. That's good with the goalkeeping. Yeah, we've just seen one game with him so far, Kanye Lazarus, and certainly very good for presentation. Big part of their win against Naparima College in that opening game. Saved a penalty. Free kick goes against presentation. Sean Cooper standing there with his arms folded, as if you're one of the naughty boys in class.
Yes.
Yeah, but
I think Coach Cooper, maybe he can't wait to get inside at halftime to give these guys a tongue lashing.
well,
Need to lift their game, the standards. But to me, it seems that there are a lot of changes in his side.
I would imagine that he has the hairdryer warming up at the moment. Here's Chaguanas North, and Raymond there on the end of that. Acqui. This breaks down again. A lot of the play for Chaguanas North has come down this left side.
And they keep giving it away.
That's the other part of it.
This is not like presentation.
Yeah, it's been disjointed, disjointed performance here from presentation. And the longer this goes on and they don't score, the anxiety level is going to ramp up here on them. Now, Chaguanas North, can they pinch a goal here? And certainly not from that, as presentation go the other way. Here's Brathwaite. That's just maybe inches away from a really good pass. Will that stay in here for Presentation College? It has. And Young actually put it over the head of the defender, but he was pulled down. And referee Hines says that is a free kick for Presentation College. Two players clashing there. The Chaguanas North player taking one to the lower part of the back there. Sean Cooper is having a quick word with Cody Cooper, his skipper. And
very animated coach here. He's very upset.
Yeah, I would imagine he would be. The Presentation College and the head coach Sean Cooper, the assistant coach Dunstan Williams, also out there handing out some water. Here's our Presentation attacking here. He's one of those coaches, Sean Cooper. He kicks every ball with this team. And what a pair those two make, Dunstan Williams and Sean Cooper. They actually played against each other in the mid-1980s as schoolboys. And here they are, coaching together here with Presentation. won a host of titles with Naparima in that late 1990s to early part of the 21st century. That period they also won a lot of titles with Naparima.
Yes.
And now they've reunited here, crossed the San Fernando Valley here at Presentation, and they've just continued to rack up titles. What a pair they've made. There's a player down here for Presentation College, and this is the number 14, Kwashi. He's been very active down this right side. He's had a couple of good crosses in, found some space down the right. Right now the fans are begging for a cross that might go in, as we saw with the earlier game.
Yes. This game needs a goal.
Certainly does. Might settle down the Presentation team, and we'll see them. Oh, was that a handball? Yes, it was. Thought I saw that.
They are so lackadaisical with their play today. This seems not to be Presentation.
Yeah, that throw was behind the player, and then Thierry Henry, like against Ireland, that is, pulled it on with his right hand. They would have called that a travel in basketball. There goes Chaguanas North, building in confidence here. Here's Raymond now off to the races here. And he's gotten the better of the two defenders. That's until Cooper came across and stopped him.
See, when you try to be a bit too cute, you come, he was there, he pulled out of the tackle.
Certainly did.
That could have been very dangerous for him.
As we look down the line of the Presentation College, Sean Cooper and Dunstan Williams, as I mentioned, played against each other's schoolboys, won so many titles together. They certainly are the most successful pair of coaches in the history of secondary schools football. With us, and they've had success at two different schools, and that's been the remarkable thing about it. And they were captains of the rival schools during that period. Here's Raymond. Can he catch up with this? He does.
No,
can't keep it
just
in.
Went out of play.
Yeah, Dunstan Williams was the captain of Naparima College. Sean Cooper, the captain of Presentation during those heady days. Just outside of your picture, they're having a little tete-a-tete there, head-to-head, trying to discuss why things aren't working out here for Presentation College. Here's George on the left-hand side, and they find Jones here in some space for Presentation.
Great defending there by Chaguanas North.
Yeah, the cross was cut out, and it was a really good stop there. Got the right foot out to make the stop. Here come Chaguanas North defending once again. Presentation pushing them back. They played more like a low block for most of this first half, but they have done well. It's been maybe not a defensive masterclass, but it has been very, very competent from them. Chaguanas North. And Presentation College trying to break through this. One of the great schools in southern Trinidad. And they've competed, they and Naparima College have competed at everything. Number of scholarships, football, cricket, everything. Always hotly contested, those matches. Tell you what, if it's Prez versus Naps and Tiddlywinks, there are going to be some harsh words spoken between the players.
I think Chaguanas North has their tactics right today.
Yeah, they certainly
by their frustrating Presentation San Fernando here today. They seem not to have the flow that they're accustomed to. Presentation San Fernando.
Trying to get that flow back at the moment here. Here is Jones, as he tries to engineer another attack for Presentation down the left side. Barclay is after this one. That's a nice move by Barclay. Gets the cross in. That's a good cross. Just too far ahead of the man coming in for Kwashi, who has struggled to keep this one in. Here is Brathwaite and Kwashi. Well, there's the other Brathwaite there. Raymond. Oh, look at that from the little man. Oh, yes, that's good work from Raymond. And he gets a warm bit of applause from the small crowd here at the Atto Bolden Stadium. Has the look and the stature of Diego Maradona, doesn't he? The short, bunched shoulders. Maybe not quite as heavy as Diego Maradona was at the end of his career, but certainly a young Maradona playing for Boca Juniors. He has that look about him, and he has the tenacity to go with it.
Yes. Presentation, their passes are so wayward. I know Coach Cooper will be very mad here today.
Yeah, well, the hairdryer is warming up, and the meantime, we are 6.5 minutes away from half time, and the referee is, I think there's an injury here. Oh, the physio, there's a player walking off here for Chaguanas North,
Number
and
40.
it is Richards who's come off, and there is a bit of a problem here for him. The medic, Ria Fenton, has gone across to check him out, and good to see. Remember in the 1980s when you watched the bench, it was all players and maybe a coach, or just one coach. Now you're seeing the staff has progressed. Chaguanas North, maybe not one of the well-heeled schools in the secondary schools football league. They have a head coach in Anson Raymond, manager in Jermaine Raymond. Ria Fenton is the medic, Eric Alfred the trainer, and Shania Joseph as the assistant manager. Certainly, I'm sure in your days of secondary schools football, Sid Gray,
I didn't have a physio. I didn't have a trainer.
didn't have a trainer. You had a coach, though.
I had a coach. Didn't have a trainer. Maybe I might have had a physio. And the physio might have been the PE teacher.
Right, that's right. Possibly even the coach might have been the PE teacher. And for some schools in those days, the coach was the vehicle that took you to the ground.
Yes.
So here they go again. That's a presentation down the left-hand side. Well, there have been few errors here by Chaguanas North. They have put in a very good performance at the back as they have knocked that one clear once again. Presentation College have looked very frustrated this afternoon.
Frustrated.
And the team in blue and black have will perhaps have left them black and blue at the end of today. This one breaks nicely here for presentation. There are players up towards the penalty area, flicked in and into the back of the net. There's the opening goal, and Presentation College score. At the back post, no off. Touch in. Here's how it happened. The flick on. Here's the cross coming in. It was looking like a dangerous position. Flicked in towards Barclay.
It looked like he was in offside position.
Well, yes, I think you might be right. Well, the official was exactly
in line. So who am I?
I think he may have actually moved into that position after the ball was played. But let's give the benefit of the doubt to the official. But Barclay was there. But that was a good finish because his side was to the goal, and he had to turn and finish one time, and does well. So 1-0 Presentation finally break the deadlock in the 41st minute.
And now Presentation seems to be on the prowl again.
Looking for a second just before the half here. This can do two things. It can light up Presentation's play. It can also maybe put a damper on the Chaguanas, the quality of the defending here for Chaguanas North. Let's see how what happens here. But the good thing is it's just before the half, so they will have an opportunity to have a word with their coaches and pull themselves back together. Altogether, it hasn't been a vintage Presentation College performance. But nothing wrong with the quality of the attacking there by Presentation College. They had bodies up. They got in behind the defense, and 3 passes unanswered by the Chaguanas North team, and there it was in the back of the net. Here's another chance at goal. Scott maybe leaning back as he hit that one, and that predictably goes skying into touch.
And maybe this one goal can lift Presentation College plain.
They would certainly hope it will lift them here.
Oh, bad pass again.
Given away.
Keep giving it away. Keep giving it away. Too easy. Under no pressure.
And it has played Chaguanas North in, but they weren't able to benefit from that lapse at the back by the Presentation College team. Here's Barkley, the goal scorer for Presentation College. They come forward in numbers again, and that's a good ball. Here's Barkley again, who gets in. He's in an offside position. But the first touch to get it around the defender was excellent, and he was in a position there to shoot from the edge of the area. Unfortunately, just a few inches offside. A few of the Naparima College players all showered up, and just below us on the left-hand side, ready to watching to see how their rivals will come up here. Might be a few cheers for Chaguanas North here from them, I suspect.
Yes, I believe so.
All fair play and all's fair in love and war, as they say. Throw in for Chaguanas North, and it will be the diminutive figure there of Aymar Akwi. Back with Chaguanas North, and here's Raymond again. Akwi's there for him for support. Akwi looks to chip it in off the body of Kwashi.
And that will be a free kick. It's a free kick or showing.
That's this new format that has been tried here by the Secondary Schools Football League added to the competitive value of this tournament, though?
I think it's a new one. We'll have to see, but I think everyone knows it has to perform right away if they want to win this competition.
Yeah, that's right. And Naparima College have learned that the hard way, haven't they?
Yes.
That loss against Fatima College has certainly damaged, in a very large way, their chances of retaining their title.
And I think that is offside again. He needs to watch his run. He's running too straight.
Yeah, it's a bit more angle there from Barclay. That's what the coach might be telling him, and not a lot of time played on. In fact, just 5 seconds of time added on for stoppages, and that is the end of the first half. And Presentation College lead by a goal to nil. Barclay in the 41st minute after a very frustrating 40-minute period. On the balance of it, Presentation College have been dominant in this first half in terms of possession, 60-40. It was actually a bit more than that. 5 shots on goal to the 1 from Chaguanas North. But the 1 shot on goal on target for Presentation, that's all that mattered.
And that's what you need. You get your 1 chance, you try to put it away. And they got their 1 chance and they have done that. And that's why they are in front. But for all in all, I think it was a poor performance by Presentation College. I think they have given away the ball too easy. I think they need to step their game up and be more aggressive in play.
Yeah, well, Sean Cooper is going to have a word with them today. Let's see what effect that will have on the Presentation College San Fernando team, who lead by a goal to nil here against Chaguanas North. Join us in just about 11 minutes time as we resume commentary here at the Ato Boldon Stadium in Cooper. Welcome back here to the Atterbolden Stadium, where Presentation College are leading Chaguanas North 1-0, a goal in the 41st minute by Barclay. That put them ahead. Hasn't been a vintage Presentation College performance so far, but they are ahead, and they've kept alive their chances of making it to the semi-finals of Group B in the Premiership Division of the Tiger Tank Secondary Schools Football League. They still have some work to do if they are to get into that semi-final and then negotiate that to get into the finals of the competition. Just 7 games in the first round this year. I'm Vidya Ramphal alongside Sid Gray, and Sid, it is all to play for in the second half. Despite not scoring, Chaguanas North have been well worth the price of admission here today.
Yes, Chaguanas North has made a game out of this. They have frustrated presentation so much that they have been so sloppy that I'm quite baffled of their performance right now.
Well, let's see what happened in the halftime break. Has fired them up already. They've come out charging here. Presentation College. Sean Cooper, I'm sure, has been dispensing pearls of wisdom and words of advice here for them, and they've come out very briskly here in the second half.
Well, I think Coach Cooper will be very upset with his players, and I think he has given them a tongue lashing, and I think that should show his character and his experience of coaching for so long, that I think he can change these players' minds.
Here's Young for Presentation.
And their attitude towards the game.
Yes, and certainly we've seen a different attitude in the first minute of the second half. They already look like they're fired up here. How long is that going to last? And how will the break affect the Chaguanas North team? And that was a really good finish by Barclay in the 41st minute that has put Presentation College ahead.
That's
a hint
a
of
great
offside,
touch,
but a lovely touch there that time by Jones. Jones turns away from trouble, maintains possession for his team. George. Here comes Brathwaite, and Presentation, I believe, have made a change in the second half. And we are seeing the appearance of Mikhail Edwards, who is now on for Presentation College. Oh, was that a foul? The referee says no. Cecile Hines is the officiating referee for today. This one's knocked in towards Barclay. Tries to lay it off, but doesn't fool the man behind there. That's David who gets it downfield.
And that's a great clearance.
Bit of a break here for Presentation. And this is Jacob, who's looking to get the pass in. Jacob to Barclay. This is dangerous here. And Barclay with a shot.
That's a great save.
And didn't get the contact he wanted on it, Barclay, but Raymond did well to sprawl away towards his left side to make the stop. So whatever was said during the halftime break has had the desired effect here, but Chaguanas North looking to get one back. That breaks through the middle. Raymond is there. And the diminutive figure of Raymond, you can't fall asleep once he's around. Anyway, he is a real battler up on the right side there for the Chaguanas North team, who have held Presentation College at bay for large portions of this game. Here is Jacob trying to go around the defender, but Donatian is there recovering enough to put it out of play.
With the style of play that Coach Cooper wants, I think they need a bit more pace on the flanks today. The style of play that they seems to be wants to play.
Dwelled on it too long there, Jones. Has to go all the way back to Worrell. Here is Cody Cooper for Presentation College, and there is one of the two Brathwaites, Malik, and he gives it up. And now it's Chaguanas North now. Speedy winger on the left-hand side. Can he get past the second defender? And Cooper is so cool there. Just waits for the striker to push the ball forward, and then picked his pocket and slipped him a business card at the same time.
And that was a smart piece of play there by Cooper.
Yeah, very smart indeed, and we've seen several instances of that. He's well marshaled there. I'm sure that his coach Sean Cooper, who was a defender himself, has passed on a few gems of wisdom in the defending department. Here's Young. That's another cool bit of play there by Young. Presentation College.
And this is a...
Oh, that's given away again, and that's banged over the bar. Well, he should have done a little bit better there And Presentation College giving it up just in front of their defense. And I think he just swung that high over the bar there.
That was a poor piece of play by the defensive midfielder there. Wanted to do a bit too much in that danger spot.
Yeah, it has to be one touch in that area, especially with Edwards lurking around. Edwards has Mikel Edwards looking around, looking for opportunities, which have been few and far between here for this Chaguanas North team. Looked for Barclay that time. And the cry is going up in the crowd, come on Prez. It's echoing around the grandstand here at the Atterbolden Stadium. And they haven't had a terrible amount to cheer about here, the Presentation College supporters. Just that goal by Barclay in the 41st minute. Here's the cross coming in, and that's against the back there of Acqui. And Presentation get it clear. Here's Raymond trying to make something of a hospital ball. Manages to get in front of the Presentation College player. Young was there. Well, there was an arm draped around Young and by Donatian, and the referee has spotted it and has given a free kick. And very clever bit of play there by Donatian, just bumping the Presentation College player and just pulling him with the right arm.
And this seems to be shocking again. The tallest guy on the free kick.
Yeah, that is Cody Cooper will take the free kick. And yeah, he's the tallest man on the field by some margin also. He might be more useful in the center. Here he is knocking this one in. That's knocked towards goal. And the header is wide of the mark. Raymond is happy to see that one drift by his near post. Better conditions here in the second half for the players.
Yes, much cooler conditions.
Yeah, the grandstand has thrown a very long shadow across the majority of the field. The Presentation College keeper, though, is standing in a penalty area that is completely lit with sunshine.
Poor piece of defending by one of the twin brothers. I think he should have attacked that ball. He waited until it dropped, and then he was in a lot of problems. Yeah.
Here's Acqui with the cross here for Chaguanas North. No one was on the same wavelength. Nice ball into the inside left channel, but there was no takers for the pass. 7 minutes into the second half, and Presentation still leading by a goal to nil. And while they have dominated matches this season, they haven't exactly scored a ton of goals. Trying to turn with it is Edwards on the far side, who's come on in the second half. Edwards again trying to inject some pace and skill on the right-hand side for Presentation.
They are just putting the ball in just a general direction. They are not taking much care with the ball. But I have to really give Chaguanas North due credit the way how they have played.
Here's Young for Presentation College. This is a barnstorming run, and he's now found Young in some space here, and that's towards the area. And well, Raymond was struggling to get across to that. Jacob and Young combining there, and they hung it up towards the back post. Presentation have not exactly shot on sight there, have they? Because Raymond is a bit suspect with those high balls, and we saw that with the Malik
Great
game.
touch, yeah.
That was Raymond there, the other Raymond, that is, number 7. Believe they're brothers. They're just about the same stature.
Yes.
The goalkeeper is the taller of the two, but not by much though. That was a good pass, but no one closing in there for Presentation College.
I think Presentation College needs to put a bit more care with the passes in the attacking turn.
It's broken down for them many times in that region. Back here for Presentation College, Jones, Barclay, that's Brathwaite, and here is George for Presentation College. Into the area, that's a dangerous cross. Barclay is there again. Barclay goes tumbling, but the keeper has done well here, Raymond, to get across to make the stop. Well, the Presentation players getting a talking to here from Referee Hines, I think it's not a talking to, he's just inquiring about the health of the Chaguanas North captain. David took a blow to the back of the neck there. And FIFA, they've done over the last 20 years, there's been a lot more awareness of the concussions. And you've had a couple of them yourself. Well, not a couple, you've had quite a few of them, haven't you?
No, I only have one.
One, just one? Are you sure?
Yeah. I would have known one.
You may not have remembered the rest. That's Cooper. Cooley, as always, getting it away from the forward for Chaguanas North, but his distribution let him down that time. Not a good pass at all, just too far ahead of Benjamin. And for Benjamin, it really has been one of those days you want to forget at the office. He's been out there without getting too many touches. His presentation have controlled the ball well through this match. At some point in the match, they were about 75% possession.
Yes.
Not a lot of goal mouth action, not many shots on goal. Good little run here, Jacob. And Squashy, in fact, who goes down.
Great piece of skill there by Kwashi. He's one of those guys you have to be careful with. He's very nippy on his feet.
Low center of gravity, working well for him, and wins the free kick. Now, is the big number 5, Cody Cooper, going to take this one also? I think he is.
I think number 15.
Well, Barkley, a goal scorer for Presentation College, he says,
move away.
You should go inside the box now. And he sends the tall figure of Cooper out there. And the other Cooper, that's Sean Cooper, the coach, is pulling the strings, as you would expect. You really have to test the goalkeeper. Raymond is not the tallest or the most nimble of goalkeepers. In the meantime, there's been a change here for Chaguanas North, and they have brought on their number 8. We'll identify him for you in a moment and identify the man who's come off. There's about to be a free kick here for Presentation College. And here is Barclay with the free kick, and that's gone in!
Number 2.
At the near post, and Barclay has a second goal. Minute 57, and Barclay has doubled his tally and that of Presentation. They lead by 2-0.
And this was just a simple free kick, just over the wall, bounced just in front of the keeper. Keeper had no chance. Great finish by Barkley.
And just as we were saying, he is suspect, Raymond, in goal for Chaguanas North, because he's not the most agile of goalkeepers. And finally they get a shot on goal, Presentation College, and they've scored. And I think a shoot on sight policy really has to be adopted by this Presentation College team. Once you get into the position, why not have a crack at goal?
And I think that should be their goal. At least have a shot. Try him. Make him work. Let him make the mistake.
Yes, and it worked well for Naps in the last game. Cross going in by Caliste, and Naparima winning 2-0. Just to remind you what happened earlier. Naparima moving up, staying in third place, but they've cut down the gap to 1 point to the top 2. Presentation College very much in charge of Group B, but still work to be done here for them if they are to wrap up a place in the semi-finals. Headed up into the air there by Jones, who's had a solid game in the midfield for Presentation College. Hasn't given it away a whole lot here. He's an organized player, Jones. Unlike some of his colleagues who have played a lot of errant passes and given away the ball, Jones has managed to keep it going. And there's another one that's given away.
Just
this time
giving it
Young.
away. And this is the hallmark of Presentation game today. They just giving it away. Simple passes, and they're just giving it away.
Edwards, some skill there. 3 men inside the box. Edwards is bearing down on goal, and he gets the shot off. Oh, that's a situation where you really have to drive it across goal.
There were players in the box. I think he had the chance to put it across the goal for his teammate there.
Well, may have seen his name in the headlines tomorrow already. But you have to play today, not for what's happening tomorrow. Presentation College, 2 goals ahead now, and there's your goal scorer Barkley. That's chested down beautifully for Brathwaite.
Great ball again.
That's a lovely ball. Edwards now, let's see if he will cross it this time. Goes one time, and Brathwaite misses it. Here's a shot, and that has been stopped on the line.
That was a weak shot there.
Yeah, he had enough time to pick his spot, and he just hit it straight at the keeper. Yeah, a great chance there for Jacob to put his name on the score sheet, and I think he had too much time.
Too much time. He just tried to pass it, but I think he needed a bit more power.
60th minute here, and a presentation now doubling their lead. 57th minute for Barclay, and that's a wonderful free kick over the. And you were talking about that in the previous game. They were trying to blast the ball when just getting it over the wall and towards goal may have been enough to get one in.
He could have even passed it back inside.
That's
because
right.
One of his teammates was so free.
Yeah, there were several presentation players waiting for a cutback. That never came. So comfortable conditions here for the Presentation College team as they're up against the Chaguanas North. So we've seen 4 goals for the day, and all 4 of them going to the Southern Giants. Presentation College and Naparima College, those two winning the main titles in 2019, the last time that the Secondary Schools Football League was played. Naparima winning the National League title, and a presentation, the Intercol, the knockout competition. First time, I believe, in 44 years, presentation getting the win there, and that was a huge moment for the college. Oh, he's still gotten through again here, but the shot is straight at the keeper. And I tell you what, Edwards has done very well since he's come on. He's been purposeful, he's been direct, and he is providing something for the Chaguanas North coach to think about on the right side. Little man Raymond loses out. 3 presentation players there to tame the little man down.
Tried to do a bit too much.
Yeah, and still in the thick of action there. Chaguanas have made another substitution, as we mentioned, and after the goal there, we did not identify the player for you, but we'll do so now. And that's another aimless pass that drifts out of play on the far side. It's Hezekiah John who's come on.
George seems to be needs to calm himself down. I think he's trying to do a bit too much. He's giving away the ball too easily from the position that he's playing. He needs to be in charge of the game.
Well, I mentioned he hadn't played too many bad passes. Well, there was one. He certainly just passed that straight out of play on the far side.
And this was the hallmark, and this is what I keep speaking about. This was the hallmark of presentation games today. They have just errant passes.
That has been the recurring decimal, that the one they haven't wanted here, Presentation College. George might be thinking about a crack from distance here. Here's the impressive young Edwards. And that's headed towards goal. And that's a weak effort there by Malik.
He had so many time. So much time there.
And Raymond is robbed of it. Presentation have it in a dangerous area here. Raymond, who certainly knows how to use his small frame. Look at him, he's just battling away, trying to regain possession for his team.
And this could be very dangerous.
This could be dangerous for the keeper, who's done well. Raymond has done well to catch that one. Almost gave it up there to Barclay. Almost knocked his captain down there also, Raymond.
I think Presentation has stepped up their game.
Certainly have. Here's Cooper stepping forward into the midfield to rob that one, take that one off the Chaguanas North team. Is that too far ahead of Jacob? No. He manages to catch up with it. Looking for Jones. Jones, that's a lovely move. Jones with the cross. Oh, that's just hitting the back foot of the player in front of him.
I think Jones had a shot there. I think he would have spanked it with this lovely left foot that he has.
Yeah, and the move to get past the defender was certainly a nice bit of trickery there from Jones.
Done all the hard work.
So the boys from Carib Street in San Fernando, Presentation College. Mentioned Coffee Street. We were sternly corrected during the halftime break by some former Pres students. So apologies for that. It's Carib Street. His Presentation now looking to put the dot on another fine attack here. But just running out of steam there for the moment. What do you expect from somebody who went to the school across the valley? What would I know about college for Carib or Coffee Street?
Oh, well, I don't know. The only difference is both of them are drinks.
There is Edwards here looking to get the cross in. 4 inside the box. 2 of them there. This could be a chance for Presentation College. It's cleared. Well, too many cooks inside. All of them staring at each other. And this one's curled in towards the far post. And Jacob got under that one. Goal kick. Certainly
just need to get over this shot. But he leans back a bit too much and went a bit over bars.
Yeah, the ball's always going to rise from there.
That's a strong tackle coming in there by Hooper.
And that was on the new man who's come on, John. And as you defenders like to do, you want to leave your mark on the new man who's come on. Let him know that you're around.
You're around.
He's a minnow in a tank full of predators. Chaguanas North will have to contend with a new threat as Presentation get ready to bring on another substitute here.
Great interception. Oh.
That was John who picked up the ball, and that's a free kick. Several members of the crowd disagreeing with the referee's decision.
John has been doing some great work defensively, but when he has it in possession to go forward, he's just losing it in a bit. I think he needs to concentrate a bit more on his passing when he has it. It's a great touch.
Lewis, nice bit of play to start off, but the rest of it, lost the ball right after that.
And this could be dangerous here.
Oh, it could have been. Barclay could have gotten in a run on goal. Remember, he's looking for a hat-trick for Presentation College here. Much better look to Presentation College in the second half.
Yes.
Certainly more energy in their play. George has featured a bit more prominently in the second half also.
And this is what I've been talking about first half. They lost the play. Now they are looking more like they want to win this game.
Yeah, more incisive passing, and certainly scoring 2 goals has helped them.
Exactly.
Their confidence. And
scoring goals do help confidence.
Chaguanas have not found a way to curb the rise of confidence in this Presentation team. As the Liverpool coach Jurgen Klopp says, confidence is a little flower that you need to step on. Haven't been able to do that just yet. At least they haven't been able to get a reasonable amount of pressure on this Presentation team to give them something to think about. It's been sporadic raids.
Sporadic.
That pass is cut out. George was waiting for it. Cooper might have to go all the way back to his keeper. This might be the first touch that Lazarus has had in the second half. He's very good with his feet, Kanye Lazarus.
This could be dangerous here.
Chaguanas North looking for the shot from distance. That was Lewis. And yeah, he had players to his left and right. Went for the direct option. Apologizes to everyone around him, including his coach.
Presentation seems to give Chaguanas North some glimpse of hope.
Yeah, they haven't exactly destroyed their confidence, stepped on it. Jurgen Klopp, like through this game, they have given them glimpses, as you said. Oh, that's a heavy tackle, and that will go the way of the Chaguanas North captain, David, who rose high to make that clearance. Barclay is forward. He has some trickery in his feet, and body positioning has been good. Rose very high there that time. Raymond kicks that one forward, but slips in the process. Here's the other Raymond. This is Aaron Raymond. In goal is Aiden, which does support my theory that they're brothers. Some families love to have names with the same letters at the top of it.
Great run here.
This one's knocked in. Oh, that's a good pass, but Raymond was left scrambling at the far post. Couldn't get in on the right position for the tap in.
think presentation needs to be smart. Slow the game down a bit.
They are about to make a change here, Presentation College. And they have brought on, they're about to bring on Vaughn Clement. And Vaughn Clement is heading on. And is that George who's come off? Jones, in fact, might be the man who's sacrificed. It is Jones who comes off for Clement. So Clement is going to slot into that midfield position. Let's see where he goes. Clement does well to get that away. Here's Brathwaite. Here's Barclay. That's a nice move there from Presentation College. This could be the opening goal again. Oh, that's offside. It wouldn't have counted anyway. The assistant referee on the far side had the flag up, so that would not have counted. But great start to Clement there. Shown a nice first touch to start with. Almost got a goal with his first touch of the match.
I think very surprising. It was being called offside. Came off the defender.
Yeah, that's. Well, there seemed to be, the official on the far side seemed to be in two minds, because he put up the flag and then pulled it back down quickly.
It wasn't a pass. But I think he was in the offside position before the shot was taken. So that's why I think the flag went up.
Young for Presentation College. And they just managed to get it away from Clement. Substitute who's come on. Here is Chaguanas North, and this is Lewis. He's shown some fine touches in this match. He's had to come all the way back just outside of his box to get any kind of touch on the ball. Better here from Chaguanas North. Here is, well, just as they look to try to cleave through the center of this Presentation College team.
Yes.
The tackle gets it away from them. Barclay, nice touch again from him. He's playing in a deeper position now. Here is Brathwaite. Brathwaite was robbed of it, and now it's come back to Chaguanas North, and that was a foul that has been given to the team in blue and black. So free kick for Chaguanas North.
Yes.
And Richards is having a little conversation with the official. I think there might be some mud in his face, so he's just wiped that off and he's ready to continue. Richards with those bright orange boots of his. Don't think there were bright orange boots in your day, Sid?
Yes, they
were.
They were.
I thought they were all black in those days.
No. I've played in some colors as well. I've played in green. I've played in red.
Just teasing our co-comment. He's not that old, by the way. There were colored boots in those days. There was a time, however, in the 70s and up to the 80s where they were all
black.
All black, that's right.
I've played in so many colors. I've even played in white as well.
Even in the NFL, the other type of football, it was all black at one point, and then that quarterback by the name of Joe Namath wore a white pair of shoes, and then the revolution started.
Yes. I've played in a multicolored one of that one is called the Ronaldo.
Man of many colors.
Yes, psychedelic. So many colors. And
sure, you've had the Predator on your foot at some point.
Sometime.
73rd minute here, and Presentation College leading comfortably 2 goals by Barclay, 41st and 57th minute, and they look to wrap up the 3 points and continue their solid march towards the semi-finals of the Tiger Tank Secondary Schools Football League Premiership competition. Of course, there's the championship, and we have been bringing you matches here on Tiger Sports International of the championship matches, also the girls championship. And Sid has pulled out a picture of himself wearing one of the red Predators, is that it?
No, this is a special Puma.
A special one. And of course, that was in his national outfit. Was that in England, it looks like?
In England, yes.
Yeah, it does look like England. One of the warm-up matches for the Soca Warriors before going to the World Cup.
I think that's against Iceland.
That guy looks a bit slimmer, though. But we'll let that pass. 16 minutes to go here. Whoever he is, by the way. "16 minutes to go here, and that's a heavy tackle, and there's a yellow card. We haven't seen a yellow card so far for the game. We've seen the first one now.
A very strong tackle there.
We've seen the first appearance of the Presentation College physio, second appearance, correction. Natalie Charles is on. I'm looking down the list of the...
She hasn't have a busy day like
no.
like a next
counterpart from Pleasantville, yeah.
Pleasantville.
A very busy day for a counterpart there. Natalie Charles, the physio. Jefferson George, well-known name, of course, in coaching in Trinidad and Tobago, and of course on the field of play during his time. Dunstan Williams, goalkeeping coach and former goalkeeper. Yes. Roland Atwell, the manager of the team. And here's an interesting name. The equipment manager, Mr. Mahadio, is Mancini Mahadio. Of course, named after the great...
Mancini.
Yeah, Mancini, former Sampdoria player, and won the Serie A in the 1980s, late 1980s. Played on that fabulous team that included Gianluca Vialli. And that was a great team, wasn't it? They won the Serie A, much against the run of play. Sampdoria getting that win, and certainly his name lives on here, Mancini. I am hoping that's why he's named Mancini, though. It could also be Henry Mancini, the great composer, both spelled the same way. Lovely bit of play! Oh, that's going to have been a spectacular goal. And that was Edwards. Boy, that was a sumptuous bit of play, getting past the defender, Mikael Edwards, and slamming that one in.
Great left foot shot.
Yeah.
A bit unlucky. Just didn't dip in time there.
Mikael Edwards looking like Carlos Edwards there, the way he cut in and shot left-footed. That was great. Very similar to the Carlos Edwards, the former Trinidad and Tobago player, actually scored a similar one for Luton Town.
Yes.
Which was the goal of the season, I understand, back in that year. Maybe an early part of this century, but if you've never seen it, check it out on YouTube. It is a fabulous goal. It's very similar to that one. Presentation College. Here's another pass that has left Barclay in a position here. There are players queuing up at the far side for the shot. And when the shot came from Brathwaite, it was deflected into the arms of the keeper.
Presentation has stepped it up now. This is the Presentation I have known.
Yeah, they're going for the jugular now, Presentation College. Handball there by Lewis. And Presentation are not taking this in the right position. Cecile Hines was almost daring the player. Take it here. You're going to have to put it back. Don't think it's still in the right position here, but at least it's a bit closer. Is Cooper. Not enough height on that pass or velocity. Young. Now it comes all the way back here. And this is the new man on for Presentation College. And that is H. Saunders who's on.
Oh.
Saunders on the left-hand side. He's very much left-footed, so we'll expect to see him give them some width and perhaps try to go round the defender, provide some width down the left-hand side. As the coach of the Chaguanas North team, that's Anson Raymond. He's kept Presentation down to 2-0. I know there are no points for losing, but certainly a bit encouraged here. At least it's not 17 or 18 goals as, or the 13 that they got against the San Juan team. And certainly when you've seen a fair amount of the play so far, there have been some impressive teams. San Juan really look like one of the favorites for this title.
San Juan seems to be very clinical around the goal.
Yeah, plus they have a very good goal scorer in Larry Noel, who's in a rich vein of form. Here's Saunders now. Can he get it on the end of it? It's pushed over. Well, the referee has ruled that shoulder to shoulder. And tell you what.
And this is a strong one is coming in here.
Another strong tackle there. And this time it was Cooper, yeah. A tackle that brought a smile to the face of Sid Gray.
Cooper has shown that you played my strikers hard. I'll give you back your strikers the same treatment.
Yeah.
No nonsense defender.
Every action is an equal and opposite reaction, he's saying. Quoting the words of Newton. What's the call here? It is a free kick, and it will go throw-in, in fact. That one went out very early. And certainly, just like Pleasantville, Chaguanas North can draw a lot of positives from this play, from this game here today. And they are another one of the teams who are in a relegation dogfight at the bottom of Group B. So they will certainly want to ensure that they can survive.
This could be dangerous here.
Very, very dangerous. It's Clement who's trying to break clear. And that is the skipper. Is that the skipper again? No, it is. This time it is Thomas. Thomas and the skipper David have provided a good combination at the center there for Chaguanas North. Chaguanas North, Karapi Chima, and Presentation College Chaguanas. They were the three top teams in the old Central Division as it was. And Chaguanas North maybe the third of the apostles involved there.
That's a great cross-field pass.
Nice pass there by Saunders. Gets into the area. Here is the impressive Edwards. Look at the play from Edwards. Oh, a chance here!
Oh, great.
Saunders.
Great block.
That was off the boot of Clement. And what a wonderful block that was by David. Got in the way of that. The Chaguanas North captain. Raymond has won the throw-in for his team. He's tripped it out of the game. Little man Raymond. Oh, he has a nasty little slipper. Here's the chance again. And
great defender.
Yeah, it was a good bit of play by Clement also, who took down what wasn't the easiest of balls. It was just in that in-between position, as the keeper has to come for it here for Presentation. Just that in-between position where it's between your thigh and your ankle.
But that was a great touch.
Yeah, the first touch was brilliant.
Brilliant.
The second touch, and he hit it almost instantaneously, but the defender did so well because that was point-blank range. That would have gone in. Under 8 minutes to go here as Presentation College look to wrap up the 3 points against their opponents from Chaguanas North. In years gone by in the old format, as we watch also inspired looking run here by Young. In the old format, he's going to get a corner.
Yes.
Presentation and a Chaguanas team would have only met in the quarterfinals of some competition, the Intercol or the Big Five. Not so much now. The idea of the Premier League certainly drawing from the idea of the Premiership in English football, and a different structure, and it certainly has added something to the competition.
Yes, I think the competition has brought out more greater competition between teams, because you are getting the best of the from each zones playing in the top division. I think that's good idea. Although sometimes some top teams from other division could be better than some, but
not all.
But we can hope for the best.
Another corner, this time on the far side. That one drifted over and was put out of play by Chaguanas North. And what it has done, it has improved the quality of the lesser of the apostles. Let's say the central zone, who would normally get knocked out very early.
Yes.
There was the exception where Chaguanas North got into the finals of the intercol competition, lost out to Mikurapu right here at the Ato Bolden Stadium. Kevin Molino, one of the scorers that day for Mikurapu. Swept it in towards the near side. Saunders is there as well as Clement. And Captain Courageous David is there to knock it out of play. The presentation supporters are starting their chants. Some of those chants we can't repeat on air, and they can never be printed on the newspaper either. So if you're hearing them right now, apologies for that. So just a few minutes now. It's all about game management for presentation as they look to stretch out this Chaguanas North defense once again.
Chaguanas North seems to be a bit tired now.
Yeah,
this is a great ball.
This is a good ball. And he's gone down. Clement hits a penalty. Clement was knocked over, and he's won a penalty for Presentation College.
Great piece of skill there.
Yeah, he pulled it. Yeah, it was a lovely piece of skill. But the trailing leg of the defender bringing him down. So a chance here in minute 85 for Presentation to go 3-0 ahead. And who's going to take this? Well, it should be Barclay. It has to be Barclay. He has 2 goals. He can get his hat-trick. Why not give him a chance?
Clement said, I created the penalty. I am taking this penalty.
Well, Barclay was actually beseeching his captain to take it. Why not give him the chance to get his hat-trick? How often are you going to get a hat-trick in secondary schools football? But he's been left looking very disappointed as Clement is going to take the penalty. Referee Hines making sure that everyone is behind the D here. And she's waiting for just about to give Clement the chance to win, perhaps his to get his goal here. Raymond, let's see what he can do. He's moving side to side, trying to get into the mind here of the kicker Clement. Here's Clement. Hits it right footed and into the corner. Presentation ahead. 3-0. 86 minutes. And that's 3-0 for Prez. They will wrap up the 3 points.
And that's a great penalty. No keeper in the world would have get there. Great side foot. Down in the corner.
Yeah, you still have to feel disappointed there for Barclay, who really should have been given the chance to get his hat-trick.
I thought Barclay would have run and take the ball from him. My hat-trick here today.
Well, if his last name was Neymar, I'm sure he would have done that. And but perhaps he still might get a chance here, Barclay. But that was a great bit of play by Clement. And the move to get the ball back onto his left foot. And you could see what he was going to try there. Pull the ball back, Maradona style,
yes,
and then
Cruyff,
sweep it into the corner.
Yes, the Cruyff.
The Cruyff.
Cruyff turn.
Here is David with the free kick for Chaguanas North. Can they get at least a consolation out of this game? In towards the keeper. And that's easy for Lazarus. Well, it's never really easy when you're a keeper out there, but he made that one look a lot simpler than it was. Kanye Lazarus gets them going again.
Goal. That's a great kick.
What a kick
great
that
distribution.
Was. Wonderful bit of distribution there to Saunders. He didn't have to move an inch, and that one dropped exactly on his instep.
I think that's offside.
Yeah, he was in an offside position. George, well, we haven't called his name much because he hasn't had a lot of service up on the left-hand side for Chaguanas North. But when you're playing in a game like this, you have to steel your mind to the fact that you're not going to get many opportunities, and you have to make the best use of them. And he didn't there, because you're looking down the line of defenders. Yes. How can you find yourself offside?
I think he was a bit eager.
Yes, that might be the understatement of the year. He was way beyond the last defender there.
See, when you are not getting the ball as often as possible, you'll be so eager.
That's right. Exactly right. And got beyond the last defender. Well, Chaguanas North looking to take that one quickly, but a good reading of the game there by Jacob, who just stood in front of the kicker, made sure that he had to wait until Presentation got bodies back. 2.5 minutes and to go here, and Presentation ahead 3-0, headed away by Barclay. And, with the 2 players coming on, that's Edwards and well, Jacob being pushed up into a more advanced position. Barclay has dropped back into the midfield. That's why he hasn't been getting quite as many touches. Another injury here, and the presentation physio is heading on, Natalie Charles. And she's going to head on there. It might be a touch of cramp again. Let's see how the injury is treated. Cecile Hines looking on. And she's also called for the stretcher, so I think she wants to hustle the game along here.
Along because we are into the 89th minute here.
Yeah, well, this game has been over as a contest for some while.
Yes.
Barclay goals in the 41st and 57th minute. Clement with the goal in the 86th minute. And presentation are a minute and a half away from victory here in this fixture. Tiger Tank Secondary Schools Football League at the Atto Bolden Stadium. Hope you've enjoyed the presentation. Video Ramful alongside Sid Gray here. And the man who is injured is Edwards, the impressive winger who's come on for presentation in the second half. Didn't he change the dynamic of the game?
I think he did. He has created a lot of chances on the right-hand side. He has taken on the defense and tried to put the ball in the box as quick as possible. And this has changed the game for presentation.
And it's also fired up the players on the left side of the field for press, because they started after that doing the same thing. And of course that would have been the instructions from Sean Cooper, and he's looked less animated in the second half.
He's more relaxed.
Yeah, he's looking a bit more relaxed. 2 goals in the second half, but still not maybe a vintage presentation college performance, yes, even in the second half.
I think, but I think he was
big improvement.
Yes, a big improvement from the first half, because I know he was a bit upset in the first half, yeah, and you could have seen it, and he should have been, from his players. The players did not perform as well as they should.
There certainly was. I'm sure there was smoke coming out of his ears. There's Sean Cooper.
Yes, and this is the difference. You know, sometimes we take teams for granted. And when you go out lackadaisical that you feel that you should be winning, you perform less. You need to go out there and take them apart, and then you relax when you are up 4 and 5 goals.
We're into time added on for stoppages now. Presentation College can't keep that in play. But Chaguanas North got a corner there, and Raymond was the one who got it in. And it was just a few inches away from Acqui. And his attempts to get the shot on goal. There's Raymond again. And look at that. As soon as he gets anywhere near to the ball, the 2 bigger players, George and Cooper, around him.
Yes, yes.
Like,
but he's a very nippy player.
Yeah, he certainly is.
When he's on the ball, I like his style.
He has a goal for the season. I told you about that free kick that he hit against Malik. Certainly the Malik keeper would remember him for a long time. It's a really good free kick into the wind, and he used the conditions so well. From the left side of the field into the wind and curling it round. There was an incredible amount of bend. He hasn't had the same opportunity here. We are a minute into time added on for stoppages in the second half. Quite a few injuries, and players suffering from cramp in the second half. Acqui has slid out to knock that one out to the far side. And there's the final whistle. Just a minute and 10 seconds added, and Presentation College celebrate a solid victory here. Hasn't been one of their best performances of the season, but they will take the 3 points and the 3 goals with their usual good graces. Barclay in the 41st and 57th minute, and Clement in the 86th minute, after winning the penalty, decided to take it himself. Presentation College, the juggernaut, continues to roll on.
Yes, and Presentation seems to be rolling on here. Although I think for the first half they were a bit lackadaisical. Second half they came out and they have pushed their game to a higher level, and that's what I expected of Presentation in the second half. Yeah. I expected this in the first half, but sometimes you take your foot off the pedal when you think you are playing a less of a team, and which we should not have taken no team for granted.
Yes, and maybe there was a bit of complacency, thinking they would run over this Chaguanas North team, but any ideas that was going to happen were certainly knocked back by a very good performance from Chaguanas North, especially in the first 40 minutes of the first half, where they held Presentation at bay. But once Barclay scored in the 41st minute, you knew that they were going to be fired up for the second half Presentation, and they were. 2 goals in the second half, and they have run out winners by 3 goals to 0 here. Now, what's happening in the next round? Well, Presentation College will be in action on Wednesday, so we'll tell you a little bit about that a little bit later on. But Sid, a few comments here on what's happened here today.
Presentation deserves to win, but I think Chaguanas North had put up a sturdy fight before the first goal, and I have to give Chaguanas North some compliments because of their style of play defensive-wise. I think they could have done much better going forward.
Right, so in the Premiership, in the next round of competition, well, on today, don't forget also on today, San Juan North against East Mucurapo, QRC against Trinity, and Moruga play Malik today. The next assignment for both teams, well, Presentation College will come up against QRC. They're going up to Port of Spain to play against QRC. There is a double header on next Saturday. Chaguanas North will be there as part of the first game at 2 p.m. They will be playing Moruga Secondary at QRC grounds. At least that's the fixtures as stated for us here today. Sid, it's been a pleasure working with you once again. Thanks so much for being with us here, and thank you for joining us for this doubleheader here at the Atterbolden Stadium. Naparima College beat Pleasantville by 2-0, and in the second game, Presentation defeat Chaguanas North by 3-0. On behalf of Sid Gray and the rest of the team, Sid, you wanted to say a final comment?
Vinu, I have to say it's been a pleasure working with you today, and I'll be working with you in the near future again. And Presentation College, congratulations on their win, and we'll see you all next day.
So that's going to be it here for us. On behalf of Sid and the rest of the crew here at the Atterbolden Stadium, I'm Vidya Ramphal. Bye for now.
And for those who prevail,
here comes James. It's a lead at the line.
The ultimate prize awaits.
Now it's all about strength to the finish and try to win a Diamond League title, and she will.
Wanda Diamond League, because the world is watching.
Also available on the FlowSports app.
WWE Universe. Flow is the new home of WWE.
Finally!
And it feels like greatness.
And that's the bottom line, because Stone Cold said so.
Exclusive and unlimited access to the WWE Network, which means more shows. Premium live events, more on demand, more superstars.
Acknowledge me.
We've got TV. Have you got us?
What you gonna do, brothers?
This is the moment we change it all.
Woo!
Then. Now. Forever. Together.
This is WWE superstar Raquel Rodriguez, and you're watching Flow, the new home of WWE.